Have you been researching estate planning? You've probably heard the term revocable trust thrown around, maybe even living revocable trust. And you're wondering, what exactly is that? Do I need one? Well, I'm going to break down exactly what a revocable living trust is, why it's probably the foundation of your estate plan, and how it keeps your family out of court and out of conflict when something happens to you. Here's what most people don't realize. A revocable trust isn't just about avoiding probate. When it's set up the right way, it can actually transform into an ironclad asset protection vehicle for your kids after you're gone, protecting their inheritance from divorce, lawsuits, and their own bad decisions. I'll even show you the different types of revocable trusts you might use and why flexibility is your biggest advantage when you're planning for your family's future. So if you've been putting off your estate plan because you're not sure what you need, this video will give you the clarity you've been looking for. Let's start with the basics. What does revocable actually mean? Simply put, a revocable trust is a trust that you can change or cancel at any time. You maintain complete control. If you want to add a beneficiary, remove someone, change how assets are distributed, or even dissolve the entire trust and take everything back, you absolutely may do that. That's the key difference between a revocable trust and an irrevocable trust. With an irrevocable trust, once it's set up, it's locked in. You can't change it. But with a revocable trust, you have total flexibility. Now you might be thinking, JP, if I can change it anytime, does it mean that it doesn't protect my assets? Unfortunately, you'd be right. Because you have the power to revoke the trust and take back assets, legally those assets are still considered yours. That means they're not protected from your creditors or lawsuits while you're alive. But here's why that's actually okay. The main purpose of a revocable trust isn't asset protection for you, it's estate planning for your family. It's about making sure that when something happens to you, your assets don't get stuck in probate court for months or even years. It's about privacy, so your family's financial details aren't public record, and it's about control, so you can decide exactly who gets what and when. So here's the lesson. A revocable trust gives you flexibility and estate planning benefits. You're not locking anything down permanently, which means you can adjust your plan as your life changes. And trust me, life always changes. Now that you understand what makes a trust revocable, let's talk about the most common types you'll actually use. The first and most important one is your revocable living trust. This is the foundation of most estate plans. A revocable trust holds your assets, your home, your bank accounts, your investments, and when you pass away, those assets transfer directly to your beneficiaries without going through probate. No court, no delays, no public record of what you owned or who received what. And here's the key. While you're alive, you maintain complete control. You are the trustee of your own revocable living trust, which means you can buy and sell assets, move money around, whatever you need to do. Nothing changes in your day-to-day life. Now here's something really important that most people don't know. Your revocable living trust starts as a revocable trust while you're alive, and then automatically becomes irrevocable when you pass away. That means your kid's inheritance passes through to the irrevocable trust and stays protected in trust instead of being distributed outright into their personal bank accounts, where it could be lost to divorce or even lawsuits. So here's what you need to know. Different revocable trusts serve different purposes, but your living trust is the foundation. Everything else builds on that. Now let's talk about why having a revocable living trust with all that flexibility is actually a huge advantage for your family. Life changes, kids grow up, maybe one of your children develops a problem you didn't see coming, a bad marriage, financial troubles, or even worse. If you had locked everything into an irrevocable trust years ago, you might be stuck. You couldn't adjust your plan to protect that child. But with a revocable living trust, you can make changes as your family's situation evolves. Let me give you an example. Let's say you set up your revocable living trust when your kids were young. You split everything between your two children 50-50. Fast forward 15 years, and one of your kids, unfortunately, develops a serious drug problem. You still want them to receive 50% of your estate outright when you pass away? Probably not. With a revocable trust, you can update your plan. You can add provisions that will keep their inheritance in trust, that'll be managed by someone you trust, so they will get that support they need without getting a lump sum of cash that could make their situation even worse. Or maybe your financial situation changes. You buy a new property, you sell a business, you even inherit money from your parents. Congratulations. With a revocable trust, you can easily add those new assets to your trust control how those new assets and additions incorporate into the existing revocable living trust with ease. Here's the bottom line. You want flexibility because you can't predict the future. No one has a crystal ball. And a revocable trust gives you the ability to protect your family today while maintaining the power to adjust your plan as life happens. And remember, just because your trust is revocable while you are alive does not mean that it cannot provide serious protection for your kids after you're gone. When it's drafted correctly, your revocable living trust becomes their safety net. A revocable living trust is probably the most important estate planning tool you'll ever use. It keeps your family out of probate, protects your privacy, and gives you the flexibility to adjust your plan as life changes. Now, if you do not have a revocable living trust yet, or if you set one up years ago and haven't looked at it since, I'd love to review your situation and make sure your family is actually protected. Book a discovery call with me. We'll talk about your family, your assets, and what you need in place to have complete peace of mind. There's a link in the description below to schedule that call. If you want to learn more about how to structure your trust so your kids' inheritance is protected from divorce, lawsuits, and their bad decisions, I'll show you exactly how to set that up so your family wealth stays in your family. I'll see you on the other side.